spray. In the underwear there is a spray, between the legs there is a spray, under the arms there is a spray, and as they pass you by, you know this fellow has been sprayed out. Huh? Nah. It should be, water is the best purifier. Similarly, the hands and feet should also be washed. In India, there is when they say the soil that is normally used is multana mitti bolte hain. It's very, very soft. I don't know if you were there that time. You were there when she was not there when Prashila came. We went to the Bhavishya Badri. So there are certain places in India, the soil, you were there, is it? When we went to Bhavishya Badri, that the gas was coming out, we collected some mud. Were you that time with us? You came when Prashila and Raj were there?
Yeah.
So you came. You remember we were collecting some mud? We went after the Char Dham and we had gone to that Bhavishya Badri place after Badrinath.
That yellow in color.
Yeah, that yellow mud we had collected.
Yeah.
You wash the hair.
You can wash the hair, but it was very, very soft. It was like a sulfur spring and all the mud was coming out and everyone was taking for facial pack and everything.
That type of, yeah.
So that is the mud. That is called multana mitti. It's so soft. I tell you, if you take it in your hands, even the soap will be more coarse than that mud. It's that soft mud. And in India, I know some sannyasis, their servants carry that mud with them everywhere. Servants meaning sevaks, those who are attached to them. They carry it for them. And they carry Ganga water everywhere they go. It's too much. But some people who can afford it, they do it. अपने जो गुरु शरणानंद जी महाराज हैं, वो कहीं पे, wherever he goes, in his car, there is always Ganga water to drink and there is this multana mitti. He will not use soap at all. He has to take bath, he will use that mud. On the festival days, what do? We take milk and chickpea flour. And that also is a very good cleanser. When you, besan, when you mix that cold and you rub, you see how translucent your skin comes out. Better than soap, anytime. But it requires a lot of water to clean up. Because it sticks to your skin. So, the hands and feet should be washed. कुर्याद्वादश गंडूषान् पुरिशोत्सर्जने तथा मूत्रसर्गे तु चतुरो भोजनान्ते तु षोडशः. The rule is that after these 3 acts of going to toilet or passing excretion, going to urinate, or after eating food, you should rinse your mouth 12, 4 and 16 times after those acts. Why? To certain when you are going to the toilet, whatever pressure or whatever the sweat that is coming or certain juices or the body releases something, and all that comes into the mouth, and that therefore it should be washed away. When you are urinating, it is not so much, you are not using that much pressure, so that time only 4 times. When you are eating food, lot of enzymes are excreted by your mouth, and that time 16 times you must. And if in that 16 times, this is according to Yoga Sutra also, and in that what happens, if you rinse your mouth 16 times, all the unwanted enzymes that are there inside that have been released as a result of that act of excretion or urination or eating food, they are washed away. For in case of food, if you do it 16 times, no food particle will be caught up anywhere in your mouth, because you are not just taking water and then throwing, and then you throw it out, and automatically everything gets washed up. You have to practice this. This literal type of purification on the physical level alone is what is practiced by the average man. Who is the average man? A person who is not a wise man. Isn't it? But these things have their place. These things have their place. There's one boy who's living here. You must have seen him, tall fellow. He puts the food into the mouth. Third, chewing not possible. Too much energy. He says, to chew third or the fourth time, whatever he has put into the mouth. He says, I can't spend that much time. No. Swallows. By swallowing food, you are actually hurting your body. That is why you should masticate the food and then take it in, and then the liver can uses the hydrochloric acid and breaks the food further down. But if you are not masticated the food and just taken it in, it takes longer. The liver has to work harder. So similarly here also, then what is the situation what is the mind frame of the realized sage? Realized sage knows that the body, in fact, all the three bodies, what are the three bodies? The gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. All the three bodies, the world of plurality and the experiences of pain and pleasure are polluted by self-ignorance or a product of self-ignorance. Why do I consider there is a world and there is an independent identity for myself? Because of self-forgetfulness. The word itself is explaining self-forgetfulness. We have forgotten our essential nature, therefore we are considering ourselves to be separate to everything else, isn't it? So you cannot purify something within that which is itself pure by another impurity. You cannot. Sage understands this, and therefore he understands that the only purification that is possible, shaucham that is possible, is only through remembering the self or the name of the Lord. How could that which is made impure due to ignorance be purified by soil and water? He understands the makeup of the physical body. And what is the makeup of the physical body? That the gross body is made up of bone marrow, bones, fat, flesh, blood, dermis, epidermis, tissues, and urine and phlegm. That is what makes the gross body. And it consists of the following members: legs, thighs, chest, arm, back, head. This body, the seat of delusion, expressed in terms of I and mine, is referred to by reputed sages as the gross body. Now this gross body is a product of ignorance. Ignorance is equal to self-forgetfulness. So if ignorance is the cause and